A whisper. If you thought yesterday was, you have no idea about today. The baby's been extremely fussy and out of control. I have him down. I don't know how long that's going to last. It has not been working, and I am exhausted. I've been up for, 36 hours, and I'm hurting like hell physically, body-wise. I told Crazy B that if you don't hear from me, that means I dozed off. So I apologize, but this is truly a way bigger adjustment than what I thought it was going to be. Seriously considering having him brought down my place, and I think it'll be a whole lot easier on me than being at somebody else's house. So that's where we're at today. And
hey, JJ.
welcome.
Hey, Four Corners.
Hey, Four Corners. Hey, JJ. I don't know, Crazy Bee's whispering too, so
Well,
I
I don't know if you got
appreciate it.
headphones in or not.
No, I don't.
Okay,
I
that's why I whisper.
You know what's funny is I brought the headphones and the microphone, and I never plugged them in.
But we do have a new follower. It is
Mm-hmm.
Craig Mutley. Thank you. That was 3 minutes ago. Much appreciated.
Is Craig the one that gave us some info yesterday? I can't
Cannot
remember who
remember.
did.
I know I recognize the name from Lord Sterling,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not really sure.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm sorry. I'm going to try to not get loud, but it is hard to hear sometimes.
I
So
know.
I will do my best not to be loud for the baby because I don't want to wake him up.
I don't know what the hell he's doing. I propped the freaking bottle up. I can't take it anymore. I've been holding
I
him up.
understand.
I've been holding him up, down, all around. Had him in the car seat. Had him in the. Oh my gosh! Just Lord help me. Pray for me. I
I
can't.
will always.
I know you will. I just. Oh, by the way, I was told last night that I got a 10 cents an hour raise for watching him. So I
I
think.
didn't know you were even getting paid.
Well, I wasn't, so it's starting out
Oh,
at 10 cents. Hey, Faye, how you doing? Faye's in the chat. So I'm getting paid 10 cents an hour. If somebody would give us $1 in Wrecked Sisters, I might be able to come close to making $2 an hour. You know? So they called Eric and told Eric that, right? I don't know why they didn't call me. So Eric hollered in and told me I got this 10 cents an hour raise. Well,
right.
I called them and I said, I hate to tell you, but I'm resigning as of Friday. And I taught them way too well. Leslie goes, you didn't give a 2-week notice. You have to wait till next Friday.
Oh, that's great. I
And
love
then
it.
I came in today and she goes, do you have your letter of resignation? I said, no. She says, I need a piece of paper with it typed up and submitted. So you're just dragging this out to the following week now.
Oh, and you got to train your replacement.
Exact. Don't you dare say that. So they're getting me pretty good. I've trained them well.
Very glad.
Yes, and so we have not, as I told Crazy B, I'm exhausted. I've been up 36 hours now, and prior to that, I had been up 4 days. And I don't know what's going to happen if I fall asleep, pass out, or whatever. She's going to
Hmm.
just take over the show. And hopefully I come wake back up. But I hurt so bad, this frickin' recliner I'm in of his. It's a manly one, and I just don't fit in it. It's too big. and it's very uncomfortable. Um, and if I get on their couch, you'll never find me again because it's
It's a
it's one of
nice
those.
couch.
Yeah, it's
I
one.
love their
Uh,
couch. I want that couch. If they're ever going to throw it out and it's in good shape,
I'll tell
I'll
you.
come pick it up.
It's got both sides have the where you can lay out, and in the middle, it we call them up here hassocks, or what's the other word for that? Uh,
Ottoman,
Ottoman. Thank you very much.
footrest,
Yes.
footstool.
hmm So it's a huge ottoman that pulls out so that the center would be a U, and you could set,
Uh-huh.
food on a tray on the ottoman. But when it's pushed in, I'll bet you we could probably get 6 adults on it, like laying down.
Nice.
Yeah, like laying down. So it's huge. And once you get in it and you get to the back, you're not getting back out of it. So, what else? Oh, and I haven't eaten all day, so I'm somewhat eating a salad that I made. So, if you hear crunching, it's not a rabbit, it's me. So,
Oh, yeah, and I haven't eaten yet either. So if one of my kids walks by, you bet I'm going to be asking for something in the middle of the podcast. Sorry.
we are such a sad group, right? But
Ah,
I will
yeah, but we're
say,
doing good. We're
yeah,
alive.
we our numbers since Crazy Bee changed the wording from corrupt politicians to specifics. It's been very interesting. Our numbers have shot back up.
We're still in the double digits here and there, but we are getting closer to the hundreds.
Uh huh. And how are we doing on YouTube?
Pulling about the like the 20, 18 to 20 per view.
Mm-hmm.
5 likes averaging. So
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
can appreciate the 5 people who liked us
right.
over and over.
I mean,
Oh,
we
hi
barely.
Faye. I wasn't paying attention to the chat. Hi Faye.
Now, I told you that twice that she was in the chat.
I was busy posting out the links to the other platforms and I got questions that need answers on Pilled. I need to set one up for Wrecked Sisters.
Yeah,
And I still haven't figured out how to stream to them. That's going to be a play around with it thing.
I see. And
So I'm now posting to Pilled, Truth Social, and I got on my private X account. But we need to get the Wrecked Sisters X account at some point
I
in the near
know. Yeah,
when we get to it. Y'all can just in the meantime follow me on X, and you'll get the updates.
yeah, we just have to sit down and sign up, and they want some money, honey. So,
I
gonna put us
I'm
in the
perfectly
hole.
fine without being verified. Just so you know.
Yeah, well, I want, you know me.
I know.
hmm
So
So we're gonna try to figure out the best way to do that. Faye, you and those pies. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
we got to get together an episode of her making those. We got to get the 3 of us together for
No,
that.
I don't want to do an episode. I want to go to her house and eat them. You know what I mean? Like, let's drive to her house and do. She makes them and we taste test them.
She's laughing over here in the chat. Oh
hmm
my god, if y'all could see some of her pies. Oh my god. This woman should run a restaurant or a
Yeah.
bakery
hmm Well, not only that. What about her food?
in
You know what I mean?
general. That's why I said restaurant too.
Yeah. The turkey and
The ribs.
uh huh.
Oh my god, those looked
They.
amazing. Smoked, then put in the oven.
hmm
Oh, yum.
Yeah. And then what did
Yeah.
she just make? She made a espresso pie,
It
right?
it's basically the mocha latte, our version of a mocha latte.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember the name of it. It sounds French, maybe Italian. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
All right, so I guess we're ready to get started. What do we have up first?
We have that quick update on the United Healthcare.
Oh, okay. We had someone in the chat had told us that we did the presentation on United Health Group and how they uh, went down in the market and everything. And we were told that prior to that happening, that there's Faye. What is it?
Becerin.
Becerin?
Becerin or
Becerin.
Becerin. Yeah.
How about Becerin? That would be
That's
the that would be the gay version. I apologize to anybody that may be offended.
Oh my god, you got me dying here. Oh shit. I was not expecting that to come out.
I told you. Oh, thank God. I asked Eric to please send EJ home early so that I could go home, and EJ just showed up. But I'm going to have to go in Jake's room because I can't get back down to the house in time. So,
Yeah.
but at
It's
least he's
pronounced
home.
by Charon. My bad.
What it is by Sharon?
By chair, like what you sit in. Oh,
Okay.
een. Cherine. By Cherine. I'm sorry.
Okay.
2 E's.
So it is the gay version. Thank you,
It's a gay
Eric.
chair.
I'm gonna. Are you okay? I'm on the podcast. I'm gonna go in Jake's room. If that's
Okay.
okay. Okay. Will you help me get in there? All right. Crazy B, you want to tell everybody what's going on with this
Yes.
CEO?
So this CEO decided that since he decided this whole thing unraveled about him telling nursing homes not to send people to the hospitals. Um he decided to resign and bailed, and now all of a sudden the company is forecasted to well, it's not good. Um it's just really bad. Their shares are sinking. They are plummeting. United Healthcare may go under because of this. They literally were telling nursing homes to avoid sending people to the hospital as much as possible, possibly leading to some people not surviving. He may be at fault for some cases. That's being looked into. The chairman was Stephen Hemsley. He was 72, and he was the CEO before stepping down in 2017, and he will assume the CEO once again. So he's stepping back up to cover for this nitwit. Um, After Whitty, the guy's name was Whitty, bailed on the company and all this stuff. Oh, the raid failed. Oh, it's all right, Outlaw. I'm just glad you're here. Glad you could make it. And anyone else who came with you if they choose to. So it's all good. But yeah, this CEO decided to screw people over. Oops. Oh my god. I am enlarging the wrong tab. What am I doing today? There. Now you guys can see better. So the former
Huh?
CEO is stepping up because some jackass
He's ready for
really
some cereal.
um put people at risk.
That's my.
So, that's just our update to that. It will be in the show notes if you wanna read the whole thing or listen to the video part of it. Um, Let me see what was next on the show notes.
Oh,
Ah,
that's what.
we
I'm
have a
in bed.
video for our show notes
I'm in
next.
bed.
Oh, you're in bed?
I'm in
Okay.
Jacob's bed. Oh, I'm out of that recliner.
Yep, I hear ya.
That that's been rough, man. Ooh,
Sounds like it.
we're laying down actually. Oh, does that feel good? All right, that was our Biceren works
By cheering.
wonders. All right, crazy B, go ahead.
All right, everyone's kind of updated. The United Healthcare link is there if they want it. So next we have Lou
Crazy bee, did I
Valentino.
lose you?
You lost me.
Yes, I did.
Dang it. She'll be back. So while she's doing that, I will go ahead and start this video. Lou Valentino was covering a bunch of Republicans that kind of need to be primaried out. Um, I tried searching questions that need answers on Pill, but can't find the channel. Oh, let me drop you a link. Let me drop you a link. Let me share this. How do I share? Um, there we go. Here, let me drop this so everyone can join on Pilled as well. Um, I'll drop it
Can
in
you
both
hear
YouTube
me?
and Rumble. Now I can hear you.
Okay,
I
cool.
couldn't. Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. They were just asking about Pilled, and I had to put it as QTNA because it didn't have room for questions that need answers. Go figure. So it's QTNA Crazy B. You'll see that if you go and look at it. And right now, I've just posted the links to the video. Um, of course, as more people jump over there and start following and stuff, and I will create one for Wrecked Sisters as well. But that is a later tonight thing. That is not a right now thing, or even earlier this morning thing, because my brain just wasn't functioning. So we're gonna leave it at that.
Don't
Um,
forget Insomniac Theater.
oh yeah, when we start that up, I will start all the platforms for that as well.
Okay.
Whew, yeah, we got a lot to do. We might have to hire people just to run our social media stuff.
Shit. With what?
I c
With what? With what?
My son with a bedroom to sleep in, he can go ahead and run the questions that need answers on Twitter.
Okay.
That way he doesn't get that way it doesn't matter if it gets kicked off. And
Well,
he's so political about well, actually, he'd be good for Rex Sisters too, because he's quite political, but he just doesn't like using X. He prefers Reddit. And yes, it is funny to see him on Reddit.
you know, we work for people for nothing. Maybe
Oh
we could
yeah.
get people to work for us for nothing.
Oh, that's what my kids are for. Like I said, my daughter helps with some of the designs and telling me the different shades of colors if I can't get it just right.
Right.
She helps with a lot of that. And she was teaching me how to do the video editing. So I had my tutor there, and I'm sure she will be well, what she taught me will help me teach you how to do video editing. My son has done the research for questions that need answers when I did the glitter thing. He's brought up a couple of topics. I mean, we just need to get them on the social media. I bet if we use TikTok, my daughter wouldn't mind helping with boosting that as well.
Right.
So, we just have to send her the videos to share,
Right.
and she will totally have at it. Um, yeah, I mean, I I have fun. I mean, I gotta get, questions that need answers its own X. Oh, we got a follow and a red pill and left a message. Okay.
Cool.
Let me refresh really quick. I'm still learning how to use this thing, by the way. Oh, yep, there was a comment. Yay. JJ says, thanks for posting the link. Email pilled support. They will give you everything. I believe that is for going the streaming and stuff.
Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm getting there, but we'll get everybody onto platforms. It's just going to take time. Questions that need answers is probably not going to be a verified account on X, but it'll be better than using my crazy B one. Um oh, our kids are a cross between slave labor and future tax paying units. Busy today. Will listen. Thank you, Art.
Good afternoon, Art.
Oh my god, I sound like I'm getting pneumonia. I apologize. And I wouldn't be surprised if I am. So, you know.
Yeah.
And once we get
Because
all these platforms together, I will share the links to all of them in the descriptions
cause
of
God
all the
forbid should you go
platforms.
to the doctors.
Oh yeah, God forbid. I'm going to live. I don't need no damn antibiotics.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, I'll be fine.
Okay. You know how long that's been, don't you?
Yeah, I know. And here, I'll even take my pulse ox right now. I'll tell you what my pulse ox is. And if it's above 98, oh, if it's above 95, I don't need to go to the doctors. 99 and 99. I'm good. See? You're going to be mad at me, aren't you?
Oh, I'm not mad. No.
Uh, the fact I kind of know this stuff from working with it my entire life, having asthma my whole life and all that. Yeah, I'm a bad patient. I promise you I am a bad patient. Um, Heart rate is high. 99 for resting and just coughing my lungs out. I'll give it time. I got to charge my pulse ox. It's also got a bad battery. It needs the battery charged, so
Well, then
there's that as well.
maybe it's giving you a false positive.
Well, that's why it's charging. It'll take about
Oh,
45 minutes to fully charge.
well, then we'll test you at the end.
Okay, I don't mind.
Okay.
I don't have my blood pressure cuff. Not that it would do me any good anyways, because you know, taking your own blood pressure with a stethoscope and cuff like that is
Mm,
not
right.
feasible. So, and I don't trust the digital ones, the electronic ones. They are terrible, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to go with old school, and I just need to get my son or my daughter to know how to read it. I can teach them how to do a blood pressure and let them take my own. So, anyways, we're supposed to be talking about these rhinos that need to be primaried.
Go ahead. I
Let's hit play.
I'm eating. I haven't
Oh,
said
you go right
anything.
ahead.
I think um, in terms of political spending, I'm going to do a lot less in the future.
And why is that?
I think I've done enough.
Is it because of blowback?
Well, if I see a reason to do political spending in the future, I will do it. I don't currently see a reason.
Yeah, so Elon Musk is obviously not happy, and he just put out the list. A lot of Republican senators, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of rhinos in the Senate, and it's getting very, very bad. So the list is out. Elon Musk is full on, pissed off about this, and so is Ron DeSantis. A lot of other people about the fact that rhinos are not. They're voting against codifying Doge foreign aid spending cuts, and the list is here. We got Lisa Murkowski. Who else do we got? We got McConnell, McCormick. We got Barbarasso. Who else we got? Cassidy. We got Scott. Like Mark Wayne Mulling is here. Like we got some John Thune. I mean, this is a crazy list of senators. We got Lindsey Graham up there, who Trump loves. Who are not really the biggest fans. So the list is out, right? These are the Republicans voting against codifying Doge foreign aid spending cuts, right? We know that they're the ones giving Doge the biggest hard time into making it law and to basically proceeding into the next steps of Doge and actually really complimenting the work that Doge has done this whole time. But a lot of these people, a lot of these Republicans, we got Tom Tillis there as well. We got Langford. I mean, this is so bad. We got some rhinos that we expected, but we also got rhinos that we didn't expect to be there. I didn't expect Mark Wayne Mullen to be there. That's also somebody that's been, saying that Doge is doing a great job. So a lot of these Republicans, they got to get voted out, man. You guys got to.
I gotta wonder what else was tied in with that Doge thing that maybe
Mm-hmm.
they decided not to do it. Where if they presented it one at a time instead of all at once, would that
Well,
have made a difference?
I don't know, but what's interesting is originally we only had three names, right? Now
Mhm.
all of a sudden there's a list.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 2, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 26 people, by the looks of it, who are not thrilled with the suggestions, or at least even some of the suggestions from Doge.
Right.
And this is why I said, is it maybe they're presenting it all at once instead of one at a time as individual bills, like we've suggested on many things? Um, I wonder why. I want to know their reasoning why they are shooting this down. That's something I would like to hear.
Yeah,
But
because
the
they
thing is,
all go around saying we're going to do cuts, make cuts, do this,
but
and then when
now
it
backing it
comes
up.
down to it, none of it is getting accomplished. And
Mhm.
what's the reason for that?
Exactly.
Are they getting a kickback from something that we don't know about?
Or maybe they're okay with some of these, but not others. And if it's a all or none, like Nancy Pelosi did with the COVID relief bill,
Right.
how is this being presented? That's the things I want to know.
Well,
I'm critical of this stuff
the
constantly.
problem is that it went over as the big beautiful bill. That's the problem.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah, if it was part of that, I could see why they might have some issues
Mm-hmm.
because they might have issues with something else that's in there, and that's why they're not passing it.
Correct.
And I'm the first one to have said it. I don't like these all in one bills. I want these presented one at a time so they're not having to take 7 months to read through it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the effects might affect their district or state negatively. It's not in their interest to cut it then. Yeah. And that's another thing. And again, this is why I want to know, can they all agree to pick and choose these one at a time, read through them one at a time? And that way they don't got to take 7 months to go through the whole damn bill to decide on it. I'd like to see this in a better presentation. Okay, you want to cut from this program? Run it for just that. Let's talk about it. Let's debate it. Yes or no. Take the vote. Next one that needs to be cut. Next one that needs to be cut. Why present it as an all in one package? People are going to say no to all of it then. And then it makes the Democrats look bad. But the Democrats do the same thing to the Republicans, which is why I say the whole system is messed up. I want Congress to change to one bill at a time only. Can we do that, folks?
Hmm? Yeah.
Ugh. And writers, sometimes something objectional and not related to the actual bill. Yes, the writers and writers. I'm sorry, not writers. I read it, she put writers, but it meant to be writers. And sometimes they will do that on purpose to get a bill absolutely destroyed if they're working from the inside and don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, um,
I feel like
let's
I've left my body.
okay. If you take a nap, it's all good.
All right. Keep
All
going.
right, let's
What's
keep
up?
going.
Yeah, what do we got up next?
Oh no, we still got more of the video. There's still 7 more minutes of him talking about it.
Okay, then. Hit play.
Look at this list. This is the list that, it's being put out there. This is the list that Elon Musk is putting out there. And a lot of people just got to wake up to the people that they're voting in, because this is a very, very nasty thing, ladies and gentlemen. Look, the single most important thing you could do as a Trump supporter, if you voted for Trump, is to unelect the RINOs in the House and Senate.
Oh, it paused.
They will be
My
the
bad.
ones who are not voting for the Doge cuts, the SAVE Act, and the judicial reforms. Vote as if America continued existence depends on it. And I couldn't agree more. This is, again, why a lot of people are on the side of Elon Musk and his frustrations and not wanting to put any more money up for the future, because he's noticed, hey, this swamp is so deep. This uniparty is so deep that it's just hard for him to work or hard for him to do what he wants to do. We call them RINOs for a reason. They're the vast majority of all Republicans, even the ones who claim to be on board with Doge. This is how it looks. And I thought this was really good. I had to share this with you guys. Destroy that man. These other people, they claim to be for Doge, but they're really all a part of the Doge DC. I mean, they're a part of the DC corruption. They're against Doge, which is just so embarrassing. The fact that this is where we're at. I thought I'd share this as well. This is a very important message here from, Governor Ron DeSantis, who a lot of people would say he's a RINO. No, I don't think so. Ron DeSantis is stepping up here. He just went off about no Doge cuts being voted on by Congress. This is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing. Take a listen.
$1 trillion deficit is a tax on you. It works its way through the economy. There's no free lunch, and that's what ends up happening. And it's a little frustrating. Elon Musk went into this Doge effort. He was getting lampooned. I mean, like, they're firebombing his Tesla dealerships, media smearing him relentlessly. His businesses suffered all this stuff because he basically said, look, we can't keep doing this, and we need to moderate and reduce the amount of money that the federal government is spending. And yet we have a Republican Congress. And to this day, we're in the end of May, past Memorial Day, and not 1 cent in Doge cuts have been implemented by the Congress. That's one of the reasons why we need a balanced budget amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
Amen to that one.
It's another reason why we need term limits for members of Congress.
Amen to that one.
But I think what you've seen with how, and I kind of said this early on, that Doge and Elon were on a collision course with the swamp. And the question is, what would happen? And I don't think there's any question that Doge fought the swamp, and so far the swamp has won. And that's just unfortunate, but I don't think you can look at this any other way. So this is hardwired into how the people in Washington are borrowing and spending your money. But it has huge implications for the viability of our economy, our country, and everything going forward. And, you know, don't tell me it can't be done. When I became governor, so if you look at, Florida's been a state for 180 years, if you look at all the debt that's been accumulated over our entire history of statehood, just since I've been governor, we've paid off 41% of it. And we're doing more every day. So that's not adding to debt, that's reducing debt. We have the lowest per capita debt of any state in the country. And if you looked at what your share as a Florida resident is for our outstanding state debt, it's about $400 a person. What is your outstanding share for the U.S. federal debt? It's like $105,000 a person and escalating. Ours is declining. You also look at Florida. We have the lowest number of state employees per capita, don't have a big bureaucracy. We are also the second lowest in terms of spending per capita of all the 50 states.
So there you have it. You know, I thought that I'd show you guys exactly what's going on there with, you know, Elon Musk and, you know, what's happening with these RINO Republicans and, you know, what exactly Ron DeSantis had to say about, you know, how he's supporting Elon Musk. And he thinks it's very important that he calls out this behavior, because look at all the work, look at all the hell that, you know, Elon Musk and even Donald Trump had to go through to get to this point. It's just so bad. The fact that we're not getting these cuts and the fact that Florida is doing a tremendous job. We also got all hell breaking loose in Texas. I got to talk about what's happening in Texas, you know, with these RINOs in Texas. This is even worse than you can possibly imagine. But again, Republicans have zero chance of holding the House in 2026 if they don't codify Elon's Doge cuts and Trump's executive orders. Republican voters are furious with the Republican Congress right now, and they should be. These RINOs are so bad. Why are they so bad? And it's just so embarrassing that this is the case. And I think it needs to be highlighted here in May, at the end of May, we're heading into June. The clock is ticking on the Trump agenda. The clock is ticking. And you got a billionaire, one of the smartest people in the world, if not the smartest, you know, in Elon, making these cuts, right? Trying to return this money back.
He may be smart in one area. That does not mean he's smart in every area. Thank you, JJ.
No, but he's identified issues in many areas. It's
but
not like he just went and made
saying
stuff
he's the
up.
smartest person. But
What?
the way he's saying that Elon is the smartest person,
or
one of the smartest people. I hate when people say that. I hate that phrase, smartest. No one is the smartest. Everybody is good at things that other people may not be good at. And yeah, so it's me. It's a me issue with the way it was worded.
No, you're fine with that. You're entitled to that. So I just want to give kudos here to, this is Lou Valentino from LV Nation. He is a friend of the channel. And if you go into our description and hit the more button, you'll see our affiliates, and then you'll see our friends, and you'll see that LV Nation is there. So if you're interested in additional material from Lou, you can go and click on there.
I do think it is a good idea. He's basically going to be repeating himself at this point. So we can jump to the next topic. Let's pull this one up. This one is a touch alarming. I don't know if y'all heard this, but watch. I'm gonna click to unmute the video and play it. Macron,
let's bring in now to you both.
Macron basically gets hit by his wife. Physical. I'm not for domestic violence. I am not a fan of raising my hand to anybody, male or female, but believe me, whoo lordy, I will if I have to.
Here's the kick in the pants, though. She or he, whatever, is 72, and Macron is 39.
That is so. I don't want to say they're wrong for it. It's just I think
Oh
that
no.
age gap
Oh
is
no, it was
massive.
wrong because he was a 15-year-old student when she, you know.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it's
started when he was a teenager.
correct.
Ooh,
Hmm.
that makes sense then. That is a no-no. And I could see if he was already an adult in his 20s or something and they got
No,
married,
no.
that'd be different, but oh no. No. Okay, let's watch what this does because I have no tolerance for this, and if I was there, she'd be on her ass. I have no tolerance for women hitting men or men hitting women. I have zero. And I've told the story before. My brother's ex-girlfriend raised her hand to him and I happened to see it and she got put to the floor. I just don't play that shit.
Well,
I want
now,
to start with getting your take on the Emmanuel Macron shove in the face. You know, this is the type of thing, Holly, that you'd expect.
They're gonna say he got shoved in the face? No, she assaulted him. She slapped him.
well,
She
that
hit him. Not shoved in the face. I love the way they downplay shit. I love the way they downplay shit. All right, I'm gonna try to get through this.
The feminists would have been outraged about, but it's been pretty quiet from the
deathly silence, really, hasn't it been?
Feminists.
It's just extraordinary. And whether it is family violence, domestic violence, it doesn't matter which way it's being perpetrated. It's something that's got to be called out. And you can see very clearly in that footage the force of the push, the step back that was taken, the look of shock and horror on Macron's face, and the fact that he actually steadied himself on the door before waving, and then the body language between the two of them coming down the stairs. You could see he'd sort of cropped the arm out for her to take, and very deliberately she did not take it. So, I mean, I just think it's really frightening footage. I think there's going to be more and more questions to be asked about this because it's sending the wrong message that domestic violence can only ever go one way.
Amen.
I also think, Bronwyn, that there's a problem when this is another case of a politician ignoring what we can all see, trying to spin, claim it's an untruth. I mean, we saw it with Joe Biden's mental decline. They just think they can get away with telling the public lies.
Well, that's perfectly true, but I think there's another aspect to it as well. And that is, I think it goes back and reflects how she, as a 39-year-old, was making advances to a 15-year-old child. Now, that's a jailable offence here in this country. I'm not sure what the position is in France, but it clearly isn't an acceptable position, I wouldn't have thought. And it's always been brushed over and said, oh, it really doesn't matter. It's okay for the left to do these things, is what's implied. So then when we see them together in different circumstances, I guess we'll all look 2 or 3 times at their interaction next time we see them together. But I think the points that Holly's made, that you've made, that was no little push aside. That was a physical bang. And the more important point I think that is to be made is the one that they think they can just lie.
Yes, exactly. But I think it's an interesting point you made that she would have had the authority over him when she was his teacher. And what I read was that the parents moved him to a different school to try and separate them. But, you know, that power dynamic might remain even though he's the president.
See, I didn't know all of this about him. I've never done a deep dive into Macron. That is so unacceptable. Wow. Like, that's mind-blowing. And now they are the head of France? She groomed him. I almost wanted to say this is Stockholm types. Yeah. It would not surprise me. And we've seen that before with men who have groomed young girls. The teachers, the male teachers who've done this, similar thing. You know, it's not unheard of. It's just not well spoken about. And it's scary. It's really scary how many child predators are out there. And she was obviously one of them. Like, that's not okay. And I don't know if that was my president and his wife, I would be very uncomfortable with it. I would not have voted for it. Something's not right in that situation. I don't know. Is it just me or like it just doesn't seem right? Something seems wrong with that. Oh, I think Dee's asleep. All right, I'm going to hit play.
Correct.
Of France, which is a scary thought, really. Now let's turn to this debate that's continuing over net zero. This has once again emerged today in the coalition after Andrew Hay.
We don't need that part. But yeah, I'm not okay with that. I feel bad for the people of France. I really do. Um, I really do. It's wow. Just wow. I don't know. Like, what can you say other than wow? That's not normal. Um, our next topic is, and I know Dee was hoping to cover this too. But in North Carolina, they are pushing this LGBTQ everything bill. According to the Democrat lawmakers, some of the bill will guarantee rights to use of contraceptions. How was she not arrested? That's a good question. That is a very good question. France needs to dig into it for sure. Um, so they're claiming that this bill is to prevent pregnancy and access to IVF for these couples. Others will ban conversion therapy, and I absolutely agree. Conversion therapy should have been banned. I'm sorry, that is child abuse if it's in children. An adult can choose what they want to do. Um, and the use or perception of gender and sexual orientation as a defense in assault and homicide cases. Um, I don't know what they mean by that. So an equality for a all bill is also proposed. Um, nobody's okay. I don't get what they mean by equality for all. There has not been a trans person told they had to sit at the back of the bus. There has not been a trans person or a gay couple in that I've seen or heard of. I've never heard of a case where they've been told you can't eat at this restaurant. Like I mean, if like I've never seen them say because of your sexual identity, gender orientation, whatever nonsense, that you're not allowed to be here. I've not heard of a case. I've heard of people claiming that was the case, but in all actuality, they made such a disturbance at the restaurant that they had to leave. They were asked to leave because they were so disruptive and with their behavior. So it's not their identity that was the problem. It was how they were behaving in public that was the problem. And there was video of them, acting intentionally causing unnecessary grief. Okay, like getting all mad because the serving staff didn't use their proper gender thing, like they've known them since kindergarten, and it mattered. It bugs me when I see those videos. Um, you can already use orientation and self-defense. You don't need a special um hold on, let me read that. You don't need a special carve out to make it a special defense. Yeah. And is it the opposite because you don't identify as trans, gay, or whatever? You will get the same treatment as those special interest groups. E- Exactly. To me, from my personal experience in the world, and I will say, I do know decades ago, it was very rough. People who were gay or trans or cross dressers, whatever you want to call them, whatever, however they wanted to identify, they did get horribly mistreated. There was a time where people would go out of their way to be brutal to them. No one is doing that these days. At least no one I see or no one I know, and nothing I have seen online has shown it. And again, I know I don't fall in that interest group, but I do know people who do. But they behave themselves in public and they don't get all pissed off when someone doesn't give their right gender. Or they at least put forth the effort to look like the gender instead of going out with a full beard, back hair, chest hair, implants, and a spaghetti strap sundress and expect to be called a woman. Like, I'm sorry. I'm going to be like, can I just use your name? I'm not going to go by pronouns in this point. The patron over there sitting at table 6 would like this, that, and the other. There are ways to get around using pronouns, but most people don't have it on the fly, or they haven't been around that community enough to know to do something like that. But they still don't need to make a big ass deal about it. I'm sorry. If your gender dysphoria is that bad, you need more therapy before going out in public. Okay, something's got to give. I'm sorry. Like, we cannot walk on eggshells for less than 1% of the population of the world. Okay, less than 1% across the entire globe, if I remember correctly, falls in this category. I'm not walking on eggshells for anyone. I unless I love you and your family, and it's a personal situation that you're going through. In public, it does not go that way. As he Art says, I'm afraid they want to make it okay if some outspoken trans assaulted somebody because they didn't hear the proper pronoun. That's one of my concerns as well, because they're already in Canada. It's considered hate speech, and you will get jailed for using the wrong pronoun on a complete stranger. Now they are dividing us to where we're no longer going to communicate with each other. That is scary. I don't like it. I am not okay with that. It's like, oh my God, should I be mad if they don't get mine right? Like, they shouldn't even be afraid to ask. They shouldn't be afraid to just assume my gender. Okay. It's not all right that they do this. And I agree, this is over the top. And oh, let me show you who's behind it. Hold on. Let me pull up the link to her picture, cuz I follow this lady on X and oh my god, I love what she put. Um Her exact moment is, "Oh dear, what fresh hell is this?" And this is the woman who's pushing the bill. Okay? This is the woman who is pushing the bill, Allison Dahle. Let me enlarge this for you guys. Look at her face. She looks crazy. She just looks crazy. Okay? I get it, you like pink. That's a little overkill. Even me who likes orange. If I was a public politician, I would not be dyeing my hair orange, wearing orange lipstick, orange earrings, orange shirt. No, me who likes orange as a everyday person, fine. But as a politician, this is a little overkill and very unprofessional.
You think?
My personal opinion. And I do have a PDF of this bill.
I mean, I almost fell asleep during that, and thank you for
You did.
waking me back up. I know. I don't know if it was a pass out or fall asleep piece. Um,
She
that's
is
been.
she is a bit scary. Thank you, Faye. But no, you were actually out cold for about 10 minutes.
Oh,
You got a good little dose.
yeah. Thank you for keeping track of that. Um,
You're very welcome.
yeah, so that's the problem that we have, chat, is that I am having legit passing out problems that have been occurring. Usually they don't happen until the evening when I'm tired, but it's been occurring during the day. Crazy Bee has identified them where I've been on a live and or in an interview, and they have happened for up to 3 minutes. So I'm going to say that 10 minutes was probably trying to catch
No,
up on
this I
sleep.
think was you just getting sleep, not
I
a
think,
I'm dozed
yeah,
out
I
moment.
think you might be right too. So, but I'm glad I woke up in time for our pink haired woman because I've been
Mhm.
waiting. I mean, we've been
I w I heard you sleeping and you did have a little bit of a snore, but I
trying.
figured I would let you be because you really needed that.
Thank you. I'm eating at the same time too, so I had a fork of a tomato in my hand. But I'm glad
Yeah.
that I came to because we have been trying to get. You called her Allison, and I called her pink haired, and but
Yes.
it's been weeks since we've been trying to get her on, right?
Yes, Allison Dahle, it's been a few weeks, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've been trying to cover her, and I, um I just, I have issues.
I mean, uh, how do you take her serious?
You don't.
Okay.
The act to repeal the prohibition of gender transition and procedures on minors, the act to repeal session law, whatever that is, and make conforming changes. So even on minors. But here's the thing. Arby, good friend, he has an on and off podcast he did. He literally broke down the WAP, I believe it is, leaks. Um no, you're fine. She has issues and I'll bet they are hard to pronounce. No, but Arby did a very deep dive into this transgender doctors who were trying to push back on it and getting berated and stuff and
Mm-hmm.
everything. Arby's channel is in the description. So if you want to see, I think he did like 3 videos on it, really deep dive into transgender issues that are going on in the medical field and whether, and we've talked about this and I even joined him for a little bit in the chat on this. So definitely go give those a watch if you want to know more about why children should not be transitioned and how it got to be the way it is. Arby did a very thorough deep dive into this. And I really suggest you guys go watch his videos. He's a nurse practitioner who literally dove into it, and I'm telling you, he found stuff I didn't have I don't have access to some of the stuff he has, but I have access to quite a few things that the medical doctors have, but not that one. So, definitely check it out. Faye says, as an adult, I don't care what you choose to do, but when it comes to kids, yeah, I've got some serious concerns.
That
We
was
all do.
Art that said that, not Faye.
Oh, sorry, Art. It was under Faye, and my eyes are blurred. I'm sorry. It looks the same to me. Wow. Wow. I am so sorry. Even with my eyes are swollen from allergies. I do apologize.
We both
I'm
are
not
not.
trying to misgender or misteach anyone, name anyone.
That
Don't
goes.
sue me. Don't
That,
sue me.
that's okay. That goes with the bye pie that Faye makes.
Yeah, the gay pie.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. My daughter's probably coming to yell at me or close my door. What's today? Wednesday? Yeah. I think tomorrow. Oh, I don't know. But will you get me a bowl of coleslaw? I haven't eaten yet today. So I do apologize for misgendering and misnaming 2 very amazing people. Um sorry, my daughter wanted to know why the trash wasn't picked up yet. Oh, I know why, baby. Yeah, yesterday was a holiday. Monday was a holiday. Sorry. Okay, back to the podcast. I apologize. Are you okay? Sorry. I don't know how much you guys heard. Someone left an open drink in the fridge and it just went all over the floor.
Uh-oh.
Let's just say bad parenting takes many different forms among other issues. And I know I've talked about this before, and I've talked about it with Arby, about how many of these parents have Munchausen's or a form of it. And, um, oh, I'm offended on Art's behalf. Just kidding. But I wonder how much of this is the parents have the mental illness and those poor children are. It's again, we got to look
Product
into
of
this and
them
we
of
need more
yeah,
studies.
yeah, they're a
I want more
product.
studies. I
Hmm.
really feel bad for them. You could have just put it straight in the washing machine, baby.
No, because I don't know what load when you guys are gonna do that. But no, can you tell them to stop putting?
I will.
drinks- They keep putting. Like, why do you pour so much tea and then put it in the fridge like you're gonna drink it? They never drink it later.
I am so sorry. Or I'm extremely hard to offend. Too many years around cops. Yeah. But yeah, this woman seems to think that parents shouldn't have a right to determine their child's medical care.
Right.
Um, I have the bill. It was this is the bill. A bill entitled to a bill entitled An Act to Repeal the Prohibition of Gender Transition Procedures on Minors Act and the expenditure of state funds for those procedures. Now, that news article that covered it is like, oh, this would help people with contraceptives and IVF and all that. I'm reading this. No, that is not
It's
what's in this
bullshit.
bill.
Yeah, that's right. You have to
Here, let me
read.
enlarge this for you guys, and the link will be in the description. Oh, that is too enlarged, but it's still blurry to me. I can't tell. Either way, if y'all want to read this, it's in the description. And again, it wants to a unit of local government or other political subdivision of the state shall not regulate an individual's right to freely exercise the fundamental right set forth in the section in a manner that that is more restrictive than set forth in this article. Oh, and healthcare should be trained.
Nope.
And this act is effective when it becomes law. Hopefully it won't go anywhere because there are a ton of people who thought they were gender dysphoric, and it turns out it was a bunch of other things, primarily Asperger's, or a form of autism, and bipolar combined. They are finding that that is the primary actual diagnosis, and now they are regretting everything they have done. I'm trying not to yell, I know. So yeah, there's that happening too. Mm, Shit, I'm knocking stuff over. So
Did you get your
yeah,
coleslaw?
yes, I did.
You got coleslaw. I got salad. Today is Rabbit Day.
Hmm.
Rex Sisters. And if you hear chewing and chomping, well, we're sorry.
Kind of. At least I'm not showing my face and me chewing it while we're
Oh, thank
talking and all
God.
that.
That would be,
I can't stand that. So, next is our actual deep dive into Maxine Waters.
oh my gosh.
Y'all might remember her from the 90s during the O.J. Simpson and the Rodney King era.
Mm-hmm. And we're going
Yep.
to do her bio first. Is that correct?
We're going to do her bio, and then I'm going to play a couple nice videos.
Okay, I'll
Today
read
is
it.
National
Yeah.
Burger Day. Thanks,
Yeah.
JJ. Now you tell me.
Yeah. And and the funny part is she does have burgers probably in the freezer from the weekend.
Leftover from the graduation party.
Uh-huh.
Yup.
Crazy Bee, I can only, the left-hand side of the writing is chopped off on my screen.
That's
Can
weird.
you, I know, can you shift it over to the right?
I don't know. Um, Hold on. Oh, let me zoom in. Oh my God, wrong tab again. Does that make it better or no?
No, it makes it worse. How about zoom that makes it better. I can read that. Okay.
Okay.
Now we have two pieces on her. First is the Wikipedia piece, and take Wikipedia for what it's worth. But Maxine Moore Waters, nee Carter, born August 15th, 1938, is an American politician serving as the U.S. Representative for California's 43rd Congressional District since 1991. The district numbered as the 29th district from 1991 to 1993 and as the 35th district from 93 to 2013. Includes much of southern Los Angeles as well as portions of Gardena, Inglewood, and Torrance. Hi, baby. Is it okay I'm laying in your bed?
No.
Huh? It's not? Oh, where am I going to go?
In the bathroom.
In the bathroom?
Just
sit on the toilet?
I love him. That's
For
adorable.
me? Oh, thank you. All right, thanks, baby.
This is my room.
I know it's your room, but can you wait until I'm done with my podcast?
How long is it?
We got till 1 hour, 5 o'clock. Please.
Fine.
Thank you.
I love him so much. He's not even mine.
You're about to what?
Smack you when you get up.
I'm gonna get smacked when I get up?
Yeah.
Violence?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. I mean, for all the shit I do for that kid, and I can't stay in his room for an hour. Anyway, I digress. You know what? Anything goes on this channel.
Yes, it does. Baby crying, diaper change, you falling asleep, me going into asthma attacks. We got everything here. Comedy, drama.
This is just too funny. You can't make this up.
Nope, cannot.
And I'm seriously considering when the show's over not leaving. He doesn't know that. I was going to maybe take a nap in his bed. Uh-oh, he's back.
Dad said I can play Fortnite. It's just I have to turn down the volume.
I have the show to do. You have to wait. You could get on, if Pappy's home, you can get on the house. Just give me an hour and we'll be done. Okay? I know. He's like, you got 7 minutes. Jesus. Oh my God. Sugar. Okay. A member of a member of the Democratic Party, Waters is in her 18th House term. She is the most senior of the 13 Black women serving in Congress and chaired the Congressional Black Caucus from 1997 to 1999. She is the second most senior member of the California Congressional Delegation after Nancy Pelosi. They must be friends. She chaired the House Financial Services Committee from 2019 to 2023 and has been the ranking member since 2023. Before becoming a U.S. Representative, Waters served 7 terms in the California State Assembly, to which she was first elected in 1976. As an assemblywoman, she advocated divestment from South Africa's apartheid regime. In Congress, she was an outspoken opponent of the Iraq War, and she has sharply criticized Presidents H.W. Bush, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, and Donald Trump, whom she has.
Well, at least she hates all of them, no matter what their party.
I just wonder why. Whom she has consistently denounced. Waters was included in Time magazine list of 100 most influential people of 2018. Her do you want to skip her early life in that?
Well, she is the 5th of 13 children, by the way. And she
Okay.
was raised by her single mother after her father left the family when Maxine was 2.
I guess 13 kids was too much for him to handle. He was like, I'm out.
No, that was her dad that left when she was 2. And there were, let's see, she was 5 of 13. So there were 8 more kids after her.
Yeah.
Her mom had kids with different dads at some point.
Is that what that
So he
says?
left at 5 kids.
Wait a second. Is that what that says? Is that in
She
writing
was the
somewhere?
5th of 13, but
Right.
she was raised by her single mother after her father left when she was 2. So that means her mother had 8 more kids after that man left.
I don't know about that. Is that right, Crazy Bee?
8 plus 5 is 13.
Well, no shit. And so it's 7
So,
plus 6.
yeah, but she was 5th out of 13.
I know, but I'm getting at the multiple fathers to the children.
Yeah.
That's what I,
We don't
that's
know if
what,
her mother remarried or not, or just had
well,
8
that's
more
what,
baby daddies.
yeah, that's what I was questioning.
Hmm.
Where you're getting that info from. That's all.
I'm just doing the math in my head. There's at
Not
least
the
2 dads.
not the map. The fathers. You keep
I
missing
know,
the.
but there's at least 2 dads at that point. There, in
Oh,
order for 8 more kids to have come along, there's got to be at least one more dad.
oh, jeez. All right, chat. We're sorry. Anybody else that watches this after the fact? We're tired. We're starving. We have babies. We have young young children. Well, I don't know what you call an 8-year-old.
A child.
A child. Okay. All right. So
All right.
go ahead, scroll up or down or whichever way you want to go.
Depends on what you want to cover next. Her early political career.
Ugh, not really. We could pass on that.
U.S. House of Representatives.
We could pass on that. I'd rather see the other article, to be honest with you. We can have the
I can
wicked.
pull up the other one, and then
Okay,
I've also got the video to go through.
there you go. Because I want the video to pull. This particular article from Wikipedia will be, where will it be, chat? It will be in the where?
Description below.
There you go. Good job, Crazy Bee.
All
All
right.
right.
Hold on one second.
Okay,
All
we've
right.
had a
So
couple
what we have is
comments.
her.
Hold on. We had some comments. What did Art have to say? It was before the age of modern welfare, so there's that. And Faye says, yes, if Maxine's dad left when she was 2 and a pregnancy lasts 9 months, the kids are not immaculately conceived. There had to be at least one other father.
It's just we're tired.
I
We
know.
are so tired. I don't know how many other dads, but definitely one
You know,
at least.
I hear you scraping your coleslaw bowl, by the way. And
Hmm.
you know, what time were we on the phone trying to get the show together? Was it
Oh, that was like at 7 o'clock this morning.
yeah. Mm-hmm. 7 my time, 6 your time.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Did you ever go back to sleep?
No. Why would I do such a thing?
Yeah, I didn't either. Well, I was getting ready to come up the house, so you know. Oh, and here's what the funny part was. Um, I had to I was packing some requests that you had that I never plugged in anyway. But I hear EJ calling, and he has that duck call, it's like quack,
Hmm.
quack, quack, quack. And I'm like, I'm not picking the phone up. I'm getting in the car. I'm getting ready to go up there. So because he couldn't get me, he called Eric, and Eric calls me, and you hear, I have the barking dog, the roof, 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 because I call him the big dog.
Hmm.
I can't even get from my house up to here without them tracking me down. I'm like, they're like, well, we thought you fell and something
Why
happened
didn't you
to you.
come look then?
Well, no. I said to them, well, after all this time, now you're worried where I'm at? Any other day, you don't give a shit if anything happens to me. I'm like,
Oh,
oh my God. So I fixed Eric's ass. When he comes home, he'll be pissed. He'll be like, who drove through the grass?
oh yes.
Because
Good job.
I drove through the grass so I could get to the other driveway instead of backing up. So
Amen. That
there
is
you
how
go.
you do it.
There you go. So all
Oh,
right. You done with your coleslaw?
yes, I am.
All right. Next up, we got
We actually just have her web page, the about,
okay, the about. Can you
enlarge it.
no, the other way? Because I'm having the same thing. There you go. I'm having the same issue with it being cut off. I don't know why. So this is Maxine's. I'm a wanted lady. You're not kidding. Um, yeah, I'm wanted to be the babysitter. Uh, this is from Maxine's own webpage. So she says that she's a congresswoman. Maxine Waters is considered by many to be one of the most powerful women in American politics today. She has gained a reputation as a fearless and outspoken advocate for women, children, people of color, the poor, veterans, and seniors. Congresswoman Waters has been dubbed Auntie Maxine by millennials who appreciate her advocacy and understanding of issues important to them.
She named
Reelected in,
herself.
I know, reelected in November 2022 to her 17th term in the U.S. House of Representatives with more than 70% of the vote in the 43rd Congressional District of California. Now I'm losing my voice. Congresswoman Waters represents parts of Los Angeles, including the communities of Westchester and Playa del Rey, the unincorporated areas of Los Angeles County comprised of Lenox, West Athens, West Carson, Harbor Gateway, El Camino Village, and Watts. The 43rd District also includes the diverse cities of Gard- Garden,
Gardena.
Hawthorne, Englewood, Lawndale, Lumita, and Torrance. Congresswoman Waters made history as the first woman and first African American chair of the House Financial Services Committee. An integral member of congressional Democratic leadership, Congresswoman Waters serves as a member of the Steering and Policy Committee and the co-chair of the bipartisan Congressional Task Force on Alzheimer's disease.
So she should have known about Biden and his. She should have known the signs and symptoms. Just gonna point this out. Sorry.
You know what? Why don't you send her a question via X tomorrow? And, listen to how long that the task force is. Steering and Policy Committee and is the co-chair of the bipartisan Congressional Task Force on Alzheimer's disease. That's a mouthful, to say the least. She is also a founding member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus and member and past chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. Art,
Oh,
30 years in California. No, I really don't miss it. She's been in office. She's been an officer forever. Yeah, she
hmm.
has. This stuff doesn't change. Prior to her election to the House of Representatives in 1990, Congresswoman Waters had already attracted national attention for her no nonsense, no hold bars style of politics. During 14 years,
Oops. Sorry. Up
you're
here.
okay. During 14 years in the California State Assembly, she rose to the powerful position of Democratic Caucus Chair. She was responsible for some of the boldest legislation California has ever seen. Oh, I'm scared now.
And all I gotta say is, have you guys looked at California lately?
Uh-huh.
That is her fault.
Okay, here we go. The largest divestment of state pension funds from South Africa. Oh, maybe that's why she didn't want to go with MTG this weekend to figure out what was wrong. Wow, that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I lost my place.
Oh, right here. Hold on.
Oh, there
South
we.
Africa.
Okay, thank you. Landmark affirmative action legislation, the nation's first statewide child abuse prevention training program, the
That's gone very well.
mm-hmm, the prohibition of police strip searches for nonviolent misdemeanors, and the introduction of the nation's first plant closure law. As a National Democratic Party leader, Congresswoman Waters has long been highly visible in the Democratic Party. Oh my gosh, I'm hitting the wall, and I'm on the wall. And
I
okay,
get it.
and I don't know
And
how much long.
has
I don't know
served.
how much longer I'm going to last. And has served on the Democratic National Committee since 1980. She was a key leader in the 5 presidential campaigns. Senator Edward Kennedy, 1980.
80.
You know. Why don't you take over and let me finish my
Okay.
salad since you
So
finished your coleslaw?
I did. So she was a key leader in 5 presidential campaigns. Senator Edward Kennedy of 1980, Reverend Jesse Jackson in 84 to 88. I can't stand that man. President Bill Clinton, who she heavily criticized in a previous reading that we had.
Uh-huh.
And in 2001, she was instrumental in the DNC's creation of the National Development and Voting Rights Institute and the appointment of Mayor Maynard Jackson as its chair. Uh-huh. Following the Los Angeles civil unrest in 1992, Congresswoman Waters faced the nation's media and public to interpret the hopelessness and despair in cities across America. Over the years, she has brought many government officials and policymakers to her South Central LA district. Oh my God, I thought they had that space is barely there between district and two.
Mm-hmm.
Appeal for more resources. Here's the problem with providing just more resources. If people don't respect them or use them, it's wasteful.
Correct.
The people gotta want the change bad enough for it to work. Like drug addicts. Rehab doesn't work unless you are desperately wanting it to work. Does not mean your car's going to work when it's broke down and wishful thinking and you really want it to work. It's not going to make your car work. You still got to do the work to fix it. But yes.
So, how does that work for me for sleep? I want sleep.
I don't know.
Okay. Maybe
Oh, the
you know
Clintons.
what? Maybe you need to hit
I'm
me with the
sorry.
frying pan.
And the way Crazy Bee, I like how Crazy Bee pronounces Clintons in Los Angeles. I know. I have a really wild accent from what people tell me. And I can't hear it. Obviously, I can't hear my own accent, but it's a bit of northern and southern blended together, and you got me.
Yes. Yes. Eric thinks you have one too.
I'm sorry, say it again.
I said Eric thinks you have one too.
Oh yeah, I know I do. When people are like, "Where are you from?" It's like a little bit of everywhere.
But after knowing you for so long, I don't even notice it anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
that's
the
the fun
funny
of it.
thing. Yeah.
So, over the years, she has brought, oh yeah, many to appeal for more resources. They include President Clinton, Vice President Al Gore. Don't get me started on that numbskull, please. That's another one if you want to talk about insanity to dig into. He's a
Hmm.
handful. Same with Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney damn shot someone. How do you go hunting and shoot a person in an orange vest? I mean, like, sorry. Okay, no more,
Wait,
no more
wait,
derailment.
because he could see them.
That's why he did. It made it
Uh-huh.
easier.
Yeah, he thought
Got
he
it.
could see them. Okay, so hold on a second. So you just added two names. You wanted to look at Cheney and who else?
Al Gore. We can peek into their craziness one day.
Okay.
So Secretaries of Housing and Urban Development, Henry Cisneros, I believe
Who
I pronounced that
cares?
right, and Andrew Cuomo. Cuomo. Technically, it's
Cuomo.
Cuomo because of the U.
Wait. Cuomo.
Anyways, pronunciations and all that shit aside, um, at least it's not a deep Irish Gaelic accent. I need an interpreter for that one. Yes, that is so true. But I do randomly break out into accents. As time goes on, I have been known to break into an Italian accent, a Russian accent, and there was one other one. I can't, German, I think is what they said. I have random foreign accents that blurt out. No clue.
Is that
Um,
is
and
that from your multiple personalities that happens?
no, it's just I think I've been exposed to so many languages that randomly accents come out.
I see.
It's just it's random. It really is random. I have no clue and I can't make it work. If I try intentionally using an accent, it sounds like shit. Other
Mhm.
times it'll just pop out randomly, perfect, no problem.
Okay then.
Yeah, my brain is weird. I don't know. So I have random accents at times. So on top of Andrew Cuomo and Alan Greenspan, chairman of the Federal Reserve System, following the unrest, and this is going back to Rodney King, by the way. When she means civil unrest, this was Rodney King, one of the truest cases of police profiling and brutally beating a person. Now, Rodney King was no angel. I'm telling you, no angel. But what they did to him was uncalled for. I mean, they make Derek Chauvin look like an angel, and Derek Chauvin didn't do jack shit wrong, in my opinion. But these guys, damn, yeah. If you haven't seen the footage, if you're young enough to have never seen the footage, look it up. I cannot play it on YouTube. I will get in trouble. Those of you who are old enough to remember it, you know what I'm talking about. uh, oh my god, my lungs. She has used her skill to shape public policy and deliver goods 10 billion to in section 8 in section 108 loans guaranteed to cities for economic and infrastructure development, housing and small businesses expansions. Wow, look how well that turned out. Have y'all
Mm-hmm.
seen how good that South LA looks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we can get to Pilled, I'll make sure it's in the descriptions and we can play it there and just minimally mute YouTube for a moment. Um, but I mean, she's supposed to have been putting all this money out for infrastructure, 50 million appropriation for youth fair chance. How well has all of that worked out in California? Someone tell me.
It hasn't.
Okay, so I'm not crazy for seeing California getting worse when it
Uh,
comes to crime, homelessness, businesses fleeing. So all this money went to where instead? Just curious. And how are those kids turned out? How have all those kids from the 90s turned out? I'm sure there was a decent amount that did great. But what about the rest? I'm curious. How many even made it into their 30s since the 90s? Kids that go to these programs, yeah, kind of get a chance, but most of them still end up in a bad area, in a bad life because of it. Even with that, they still end up choosing a rough path. Path, not F. Why did the TH come out as an F? But what's the good in dumping money into programs that obviously aren't working, because the biggest problem in LA has been gangs for as long as I've been alive. Between, what is it, the Bloods and the Crips, and then they got all these other Mexican ones coming in and causing all kinds of grief. Like, why don't they fix that problem so the kids don't have to join the gangs to make money to pay the bills, and they can stay in school? To me, it makes more sense to get rid of the gangs instead of dumping a bunch of money into youth programs that the kids may or may not stick with. Am I? Maybe Am I coming at this from a wrong perspective, or does that actually make sense to anybody else but me? I think D fell asleep again. So, yeah, I this just does not make sense. So Representative Waters continues to be an active leader in board coalitions of residential communities, environmental activists, and elected officials that aggressively advocate for the mitigation of harmful impacts of the expansion plans for Los Angeles International Airport, LAX. Furthermore, she continues innovative initiatives, I will learn to read, to preserve the unique environmental qualities of the Bologna or Bol. It could be pronounced one of two ways, and since it's California, I'm going to assume it's Bayona, with the double L's making a Y sound, wetlands, and the bluff treasures in her district. Um, she is a co-founder of the Black Women's Forum, a nonprofit organization of over 1,200 African American women in Los Angeles area. In the mid 80s, she also founded Project Build. Um, Art says you can spend all the money you want as long as you make 400 a day slinging powder. Why would you want to work for minimum wage? Exactly my point. Get rid of the problem, and the kids can have a decent life for a change, without risk of dying, without risk of bodily harm, and without risk of jail time, or without the risk of the trauma of then harming other people and all that other stuff. These kids don't deserve this. They deserve so much better. And because they refuse to regulate crime and drug problems out there, no, they legalize drugs. Hell, Biden sent out meth kits and heroin needles. That has been proven. I have showed it before. Whew, and yes, the other issue is the education system. Oh my God. Yes, I agree. We need to reform our education, keep it back to the basics, none of this activist crap, and also make it to where the kids want to go. Find ways to engage the kids, get them entertained, get it more hands on instead of books. Like, oh my God, kids enjoy learning by hands on. Don't just drop a book in front of them and expect them to figure it out. Even if you're just like in the front of the classroom monotonously droning on about the subject, the kids are not going to be entertained or fascinated. You got to get them involved. Get them actively interested in it. I swear, our school system is so messed up. Um, so yeah. As she confronts the issues, so Project Build, working with young people in Los Angeles' housing developments on job training and placement. What good is that when drugs are more lucrative for money? And they, of course, go after teenagers who want to make easy money. They don't go after adults who are like, yeah, no, you're a moron, go away. So, yeah, go ahead. Keep funding job training and placement for people while you're busy running businesses out of your own state. Just saying. So, as she confronts the issues such as poverty, economic development, equal justice under the law, and other issues of concern to people of color, women, children, and poor people, hey, why did we have to put people of color? I mean, I get it. Y'all think we're still living in the 60s, and there are bad people out there, but they are nowhere near what it used to be. And if you really want racism to go away, stop giving reasons by pointing said stuff out. If you don't give it attention, it'll finally die. Quit giving it life support. Um, anyways, so Representative Waters enjoys a board cross section of support from diverse communities across the nation. And half of them don't realize she is living in a really nice home. And instead of putting some of her paycheck into the charities she wants everyone else to pay into. Well, I can't say that because I'm sure she does pay into charities, but I think she could be doing better. I think she should live right next door to some of these people and, live in the communities she works in or she works for. Get her out there. If your mom and dad don't value education, you're not likely to get one. Um, if they overvalue it, yes, you're going to Harvard unless you're kept out by the administration. And that's one thing, overbearing parents really ruin education for kids. Overbearing parents and non-caring parents, which is weird because my parents went from overbearing to not caring all of a sudden on a miraculous day when a divorce was filed. It's funny how that works. Um, yeah, anywho. Congresswoman Waters is the founding member and former chair of Out of Iraq. I think we all agreed on that one, even though she's a little bit insane. Congressional Caucus, formed in June of 2005. The Out of Iraq Congressional Caucus was established to bring to the Congress an ongoing debate about the war in Iraq that Bush and Bush Jr. are at fault for. Enough said. And the administration's justification for the decision to go to war to urge the return of U.S. service members to their families as soon as possible. I agree with her on that one. Expanding access and to healthcare services and other is another of Congresswoman Waters' priorities. She spearheaded the development of Minorities AIDS Initiative in 1998. I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube, but we can discuss in Discord if you would so like my opinion of some of that topic. She wouldn't have had to have had this problem if some people hadn't made the situation worse, to say the least. I apologize. I'm trying desperately not to get anyone in trouble. That was to address the alarming spread of HIV and AIDS among African American and Hispanics and other minorities. Under her continuing leadership, funding the Minority AIDS initiative has increased from the initial appropriation of 156 million in fiscal year 1999 to approximately 400 million per year today. Wow. Wow. That is a major. Bush 41 didn't really have much of a choice, but Bush 43 did have a choice. Oh yeah, I know. I but again, Bush won. Yeah, I know the history of how Saddam Hussein came into power. The CIA really pushed for that, and we wouldn't have had to have dealt with him if the CIA had not been meddling and let the people choose how they want it to be ruled. Why are we going in and telling other countries what to do? I have a whole long argument about our CIA meddling in other countries' politics. Um, and yeah, Bush one. Also, though, yeah, again, it's like it was only yeah. Anyways, we're not talking about that. I know the history and I'm trying to find a way to word it without getting into trouble, but that's not going to happen on here. So, if you're curious, talk on Discord. I don't like either Bush. They're the only well, no, there's a lot of Republican presidents I didn't like either. Anyways, back to Congressman Waters and her nonsense. So they quadrupled basically the money to go towards helping minorities with AIDS. She is also the author of legislation to expand health services for patients with diabetes, cancers, and Alzheimer's. If the money actually goes there, good for her. If she's getting a kickback, shame on you. You know how it goes. Um, of course, my eye is bugging me again. I am so sorry. My allergies are just kicking my ass. Congresswoman Waters has led congressional efforts to mitigate foreclosures and keep American families in their homes during housing and economic crises. Um, to a degree, um, I can see something like that. But again, it's not our government's duty to support people. That is what the community is for. Our federal government is not supposed to override some community stuff. That goes all the way back to Davy Crockett, but we're going to leave it alone. Um, where was I? Notably through her role as chairwoman of the Subcommittee of Housing and Community Opportunities in the previous two Congresses. She authored the Neighborhood Stabilization Program, which is only going to work if the people there actually put forth an effort to do so and keep it that way. Otherwise, it will collapse again. Which provides grants to states and local governments and nonprofits to fight foreclosures, home abandonment, and blight to restore neighborhoods. Yeah, you know what? That's not going to work until people can respect their own homes. I'm sorry. I don't care how much money you dump into it. If those people do not respect their neighborhoods and their people, yeah, you're screwed. We created Saddam, and behind the scenes, that made him our problem to solve. But yeah, another time. Yep, that's a whole long conversation. A very fun one, but I could see me getting in trouble for doing so on YouTube and various other platforms because of my personal opinions. So that would have to be a Rumble only day. um, um, hold on. She is lauded by African American entrepreneurs for her work to expand contracting and procurement opportunities and to strengthen businesses long active in the women's movement. Representative Waters has given encouragement and financial support to women seeking public health office. Many young people, including those in the hip hop music community, praise her for her support and understanding of young people and their efforts at self expression. That explains why we got Jasmine Crockett. Just going to point that out. One testament to her work is that Maxine Waters Employment Preparations Center, a multi-million dollar campus providing education and employment opportunities to residents of Watts area. Um, I, again, you're providing all this stuff, but unless people actually act on it, it's not going to do any good. It's just not. And I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Maybe my perspective is wrong and we should just keep throwing money at things until it fixes itself. I don't know.
I don't know either.
You were out again, by the way.
I know I was. I think that was a Passat, though. I don't think that was
Yeah.
a tired. That was a.
Oh no, that was a tired one. We're talking like the last 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
what
you
did
were
I
out.
miss? What did I miss?
Um, a large chunk of this. Where her money's been going to. Me and Art complaining about the Bushes and why we ended up in the Middle East. Couple other side
Wow,
topics
that's
and
really,
tangents.
that's really interesting how we go ahead and try to plan the show early in the morning and it just goes to hell in a handbasket in the afternoon.
We're doing good. We're
Yeah,
doing
we
good.
are.
And that's why we cover
Yeah.
for each other.
Uh-huh. And if anybody doesn't like it, well, right? Isn't that
Yep.
what you told me? Not to worry about any of it? That it would all
Yeah, I
be
say
okay?
don't worry all the time.
I know that it'll all work out one way or another.
Oh yeah, it always does. Cause you
Mm-hmm.
know what? We're having fun. And that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
My
Just
oxygen's
remember,
98 and my
just
heart rate's
remember, we're
92.
we're on day 2 of what?
No
Uh,
sleep.
no, I was thinking of how many years we have. 3 years till he starts preschool, so we're down to
Yeah.
two
But you'll
years.
get into the you'll get used to the difference.
I don't know about that.
I do think we should call this maybe sleep May. So you
Okay.
may go to sleep or you may not sleep. So it's maybe sleep May because you've been so busy.
Oh, okay, we could call it that.
Yeah, we're in maybe sleep May.
I
It'll be
I
no
did
sleep
I didn't even
November.
know I fell asleep. That's the crazy part. That tells you
Oh
how
yeah, you were
exhausted I am.
asleep. I thought you were talking in your sleep for a second, and then I realized you were actually talking to me.
Oh, how
Oh,
this all
oh
is
my
Faye.
god.
This is all Faye's fault because she had to
No,
have a
it's not.
bye pie.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, but you should go check on the Discord where she posted the update on her bread.
Oh yeah, how'd that turn out? By the way, did it
She
taste any
posted
good?
pics.
Did
Oh, the
I?
one oh, I'll
Yeah,
let her answer, but yeah, she posted pics if you want an update.
yeah. Well, I saw the one that came out of the oven, and she wasn't quite sure of what it was gonna like taste like, if it was gonna be any good.
Yeah.
And that's the one I
Oh,
want to know if it was any good.
she's got me wanting to go make bread tonight. Like, kids, you're gonna get over it. You're helping me. Let's make some bread. Chop, chop.
Well, the thing is, are you gonna make them knead it or are you gonna use the machine?
We don't have a bread maker.
Then they're gonna
We're doing
knead
this
it.
by hand.
Okay.
I've done it before. I can do it again with the help of the kids.
Yeah, you can't do it by yourself. What are you talking
Last night's loaf turned out fine. Today's loaf, I need to cut the recipe a bit.
about? Okay.
Yep. So, um, oh, we're at 43 minutes. Hour and 43 minutes. So,
Yeah, before we
we
go
will have to show the
before we go
videos
any
on Maxine
further,
Waters tomorrow.
yeah, before we go any further, I do want to say that I've known Faye for quite some time, and she does a lot of things with food that are just
Amazing.
amazing. Absolutely. She cans. Uh, one of the things that we're going to do on Insomniac Theater is I have everything to do the canning. I've just never been able to do it because my old kitchen was not conducive to it. So Faye has, I don't know if she graciously agreed or if I twisted her arm to say, please teach me how to. Now that I think about that, I don't know if I asked her or not. I think I just twisted her arm and said, "Please, when we get to this point, will you show me what to do?" To which she agreed. So this ought to be funny. We started that,
Oh,
I think, with I
it's
think it
hard
was.
enough to do canning and teach someone canning there in person.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it on the internet is going to be entertaining.
Extremely.
Yes, I think we should be there for it. You have a cameraman. He's 8 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and we can do all kinds of fun stuff after school.
On the weekend, in the
Hmm.
afternoon.
I'm just saying, you
I'm
know,
just, I'm agreeing.
I think that would be great.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Last night was just flour, water, yeast, butter, salt, sugar. Today's was milk, egg, yeast, flour, butter, salt, and sugar. So the difference was the milk and eggs. Okay. That would have made it more fluffy, if I'm not mistaken. Fluffy bread.
Well, I'll tell you what. That first one that came out was pretty damn big. At least it
Hmm.
looked it.
Yeah. And I think yeah, we have flour and stuff. I should make a loaf of bread
Mm-hmm.
because nothing is better than a loaf of bread straight out of the oven. You slice it and you put some butter on it. Faye
I
says
mean,
yes. Oh,
Faye
yes to
Faye
which?
might not like this, but why don't you show that picture of bread that
Can I
she's.
show the picture? Yeah, let me show your bread, just the bread, nothing else. Um, I also cook, to quote Steven Seagal movie, LOL.
What do
Let
you
me
cook? Yeah, what do you cook, Art?
let me find the bread from last night. Oh, show both loaves. Okay. I think I might have bypassed it. Oh, I've got the pies. Whoops, I went too far
Oh,
back. Let me find the one
yeah. What do
from
you say to a woman that has baked like 5 pies, puts it in her chat, and sends it to you? I mean, who does such a thing, right?
um whoops. What did I Oh, I know what I did. I'm a dumbass. Give me a moment.
One moment, please. We are experiencing technical difficulties from
There
Crazy
we
B.
go. This
Okay,
is last night's bread.
right. And that's the one
And
she was
then,
concerned about the taste.
yep. And then I'm going to close this for a second. While I pull up the next one. So that way, not everything else is all over the place. And this is loaf number 2. Um, there we go. Turn this back on. And there's loaf number 2.
Hmm. And that's from that machine that she spent $10 on at Goodwill that she
Yes, ma'am.
found.
Whoops.
So that is a testament to going to secondhand shops or things
Yes.
like Goodwill. And for $10, she was able to purchase probably, a bread maker that's what, $70 and or up.
I would never pay that much for one. I always go to the secondhand stores.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Art says I've done everything from a full multi-course meal to dinner food. At Faye
Wow.
Lintiers, LOL, in between breaking things and
Oops.
blowing stuff up.
Well, this is what he was replying to. She says, "My husband as well. He claims his MOS was hospital food." Yes. Um, yeah, I've known people who cook like that. And then there's my cooking, which I really think I need a legal waiver for, a liability waiver, that if you eat my food, I just I am better. Okay, I can cook some foods amazingly. Other stuff, forget it. I was a teenager. I threw a frozen pizza in the oven. Completely forgot about it. Come back, and that thing is actually glowing orange in places. It was about to combust. It was completely black and glowing orange. I have set hamburger on fire with an electric stove twice. Twice. Some things I should not be cooking. Now, my goulash, my homemade pizza, Mexican wedding cake recipe that I got from my aunt, perfect. Perfect. My chicken enchiladas that my daughter has mastered very quickly. And oh my God, I've sent you guys pictures before of the enchiladas and the goulash that we make.
Well,
Big old roaster full, electric roaster for a turkey, full of it, and it's gone within 2 days. Enchiladas layered in a roaster for turkey or ham, big old one. Yep, those are gone in a matter of days. It should be
well,
enough food for a week, but everyone eats it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because it's so good.
haven't you forgotten to give somebody, one of the family members, something? Like that was hot? Like that
Did
was
I?
the hot sauce bill or something? Anyway, I guess not.
I
I'll
can't
tell
remember.
I'll tell you afterwards. Go ahead.
Okay. Art says, I was designated cook for all camping events. Camping may have involved heavy weapons. Amen. That is a camping trip I would have gone on. That would have been a lot of fun. Just saying.
or the cops were called.
Nah, you're out in the middle of nowhere. What cops are going to be called? Seriously?
State police, you never know.
I don't think so. I'm too good for that. They won't come after me.
There you
Besides, I'm not
go.
people.
Right.
There's just, those beer cans way over there, and I don't know who's behind them. No,
Mm-hmm.
never shoot if you do not know what is behind your target, unless it's life and death. Never. Oh, yes. I always make sure everyone downrange is out of the way. Just, to
Why?
be nice.
Why is that? Because you have crazy bullets flying everywhere?
Just because it's common frickin' sense. You don't want to accidentally shoot your brother or uh, you don't want to shoot a friend or a child who happens to be downrange where you're
Okay.
shooting at.
All right.
Yeah, I retract some statements, but that's not for anything on purpose. Just, I'm gonna, yeah. Anyways, you know why.
I know why.
Yeah. Anywho, um, yeah. So, that kind of camping trip would be fun.
Right.
Faye's over there laughing. Yeah, I've had some long conversations with some people because of some situations in my family recently, and yeah, um, these are people I no longer talk to for very, very good reasons. Some belong in Lord Sterling's wood chipper. Others are just assholes, and
Wait,
as much as
wait.
they are family, I still believe you get what you deserve, and that's that. Um, Camping was known to involve helicopters, airplanes, and being away way out in the mountains. Okay, I don't do the flying thing. Airplanes, yeah, nope. Sorry, God did not give me a backup for falling through the sky. I know how to swim. I know how to walk. I don't know how to fly without a plane. And if something goes wrong, I have no backup,
Wait a
and I
minute.
highly
You
doubt the
say.
TSA is going to let me bring my own parachute. So
Wait,
I don't fly.
wait, wait. You said you don't know how to fly without a plane. I mean, what are you doing? Flapping your arms and just going
Exactly.
up in
That
the
is
air?
why I don't get on anything that leaves the ground or the water. Sorry. God did not give me a backup for that. I know how to swim. I know how to walk. I do not have a means to fly. And like I said, TSA is not going to let me bring my own parachute onto that plane. That is not considered a carry-on. I am pretty sure.
Can't stand it.
Just saying, you know? And even then, there's no guarantee the parachute's going to work right either. So, yeah, I will gladly keep my happy ass on the ground. Even if it takes me 4 years to sail across any kind of ocean to get to a different country to visit,
Right.
or if I have to drive or take a train or a bus, there are alternatives if something goes wrong with them. I mean, I could still die, but there's an alternative where a plane or a helicopter just plummeting out of the sky, there is no backup. Pack your own shoe. That's what I was. Yep. But I guarantee TSA ain't gonna allow it. I promise you, TSA ain't gonna allow it. So, yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
it's gonna be one of those days, isn't it, D?
It already is. It's been, you know, it was that when we started talking at 7 or 7:15 this morning.
Yep. Your time. My time's an
Uh-huh.
hour earlier.
And you know what's funny is we have so much prepared. It's not like, we're scrambling for what are we going to do? What are we going to do? But
No, we
it's
have
like, what are
plenty.
we going to do? What are we going to do? I'm
We
so
have plenty to
sorry.
cover. Most of it's already edited. It's
Mhm.
just a matter of where the hell did I put that file on my computer? I know I put it here. Why isn't it there? And what was that link again? Or do we
Mhm.
really have enough? Maybe I should grab a few more articles or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, now you guys know how we end up where we're at. And
Mhm.
of course, a good chunk of the video, the shows are us just having life moments.
Yeah, and it just, I mean, that's one of the things that we discussed was, it is what it is as far as life goes. I mean, you can't get much realer than what is happening right now.
Oh my god, Faye came up with the solution. Wear the squirrel glider suits. There we go. I can fly as long as I'm allowed to wear that.
Well,
I
she
don't know
needs
how that'll go, but
it
I will be
depends. You don't want to be too high up though when that happens. You got
Yeah,
to watch your
oxygen could be a
altitude.
problem. Yeah, I'll have to wait till the plane's at a certain level of a couple 100 feet, then jump
Uh-huh.
out and
Right.
glide a few miles away.
There you go.
Why can't we do that? Why can't they just make it mandatory? Everyone on a plane wears the squirrel glider suits.
That's that would
Then
work.
we lose any lives in these plane crashes.
It
I
would.
mean, with a boat on a ship, they have life rafts, they have life preservers.
Right.
I mean, that at least is something better than nothing from an airplane. I don't know. I think it would be fun. Except if you have a baby. Good luck with that shit.
Well,
Sorry. How are you going to carry a baby while you're supposed to have your arms outstretched? Have the baby in a sling in the arm in your hand as you're gliding down? And then you're lopsided, so you're trying to keep it.
Jesus.
I'm so sorry. Baby's in the car seat. You're holding on to it while trying to keep your arms out against the air force. Oh my God, the resistance. Oh my God, the air resistance. That's the word. Oh my God.
You're going to be in another asthma attack if you don't stop. She already is.
Oh my God, I'm dying. Could you see someone trying to paraglide on?
One moment, please, while our co-host tries to regain her composure.
The
Please
difference between a
hold.
regular pilot and a test pilot is that regular pilot things were going to crash in 20s. Test pilots, I've got 20s to save this thing.
I don't get it.
Oh, this thing. This thinks. I'm not a pilot. I'm sure.
One moment, please.
Crash in 20 seconds. Oh, 20 seconds.
Is
And
that
then
all we
I've got
have?
20 seconds to save this thing. Yeah, he's saying that the difference, a regular pilot's like, this thing's going to crash in 20 seconds. A test
Okay.
pilot is, I've got 20 seconds to save this thing.
Gotcha.
Got it. Yes. Faye posted, I think there's a bit of a lag. Got to roll to get a haircut. Good, funny show. Have a great day. Thank you, JJ. Much
Have a good one.
appreciated.
Get it cut nicely.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Too funny today.
Oh, I just see a visual of a person in the air
In
gliding
a
and
squirrel
trying to hold
suit.
a baby and trying to hold a baby. And if it can
Uh-huh.
handle the weight difference,
Yep.
because those are pretty specific. I keep seeing it. Okay. Anyways, I think we should call it a day. It's been 2 hours and we have had way too much fun.
All right. And what's
And I
today?
need my
Wednesday?
nebulizer.
We have
Yes,
2
today
days.
is
Oh my
Wednesday.
gosh.
We still got
Well,
Thursday and Friday. Isn't this great?
okay, so when I go home, I'm going to beg Eric to pull out the pack and play and see if I can get him to put that up. And despite
Yeah.
the old living room not being ready and set up, I could still have the baby in the new living room. And then I could
Yeah.
be at my own home in my own chairs that don't hurt me.
Yep. I totally agree. I mean, if I were to have to try taking on a newborn right now, there'd be a bassinet next to my bed.
Well, they have one. They have one of those bassinets that go right it zips open and it pulls down to their bed height. So I have it as low as it could possibly go, but it doesn't seem right. I don't know,
Yeah.
something seems off. And like I said, when I walked in yesterday, I said to him, I leaned over the bassinet and I went, "Welcome to Nini's daycare."
I bet he loved it.
Oh, yeah, because it's going to be a wild ride for the next 3 years.
Yep.
Oh, I just can't imagine. I'm too old for
Oh.
this shit. I'm telling you.
Good news is it's not 24/7. It's only 8
Oh,
hours.
jeez. Yeah. If it was
Well,
20,
9, 10, almost 10 hours, but
if it was
yeah.
24/7, I don't think I could do it. There's no way. Physically, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. That's why we have menopause, so we don't have to do it again.
I don't have that problem, so,
Yep, you're not going to have to worry about it again. Sorry, I know. I am terribly wrong. I am terribly wrong. Oh, God bless and pray
Oh
for
my
me.
god. What the hell? You know what? We need to rename the show today to what? Co-host falls asleep. The other one does what? What'd you do today?
I go down really bad side things. I derail routinely. I got
Okay.
ADHD.
Other co-host derails and laughs at the strangest things today. The
Well,
squirrel
I
suit.
did have a visual of a person in a squirrel glider suit holding a baby while
Okay.
trying to keep their arms out so they could glide down from a burning plane, Mission Impossible style.
Well, and you did like the bye pie thing. Meaning
Yeah, the
Bay.
bipie was great. Oh my God,
Uh-huh.
that was so great.
All right. Well, I'm done if you're done. I'm going to go home and I think I am going right to bed.
I do believe I will be doing the same.
And what are we doing tomorrow?
More on Maxine Waters, but it's mostly video.
Oh, okay. So we don't have to don't have to talk.
I think it's mostly video. Hold on, let
Okay.
me look. Oh no, we have a couple more articles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 articles. And then I've got all the videos mashed into 2 videos. So I did a little collage of them.
Maybe we should collage the talking points. What do you think? Do you have time to do?
Sometimes Somniacs derailment management.
Yep.
All right. I think we need to call it a day. We've been at this way too long.
Everybody,
You
have
go
a
get
good
some sleep.
evening. We appreciate it. I definitely appreciate you guys. You have no idea. I'm less nervous than I was. Wait, what did he say? Was that more on or was it more?
Moron.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Wait.
A little bit of both. A little bit of both, Art. I think it's honestly, it's interchangeable at this point. I tend to think the latter, Art, as it's more accurate.
That's her southern accent coming out. You must forgive her.
Oh,
That's funny.
and either way, it's a great play on words.
Yes,
It
it
really
is.
is.
Is it? Are you doing
Mhm.
more on, or are you
I'm doing more on the moron, Maxine Waters.
There you go. Fudge. All right. Well, everybody
Okay.
have a good night in the chat. Faye,
Yes,
thank you for
y'all.
the pie, for the pies,
And the bread.
and the bread.
Yep. And I suggest, as always, stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
Good night.